What does it mean to be a top 1% man? Is it Andrew Tate? Maybe you think it's Elon Musk. But the truth is, both these people went through the same struggles to get to where they want to be. As I was growing older, I was making very little progress with where I wanted to be in my life, aka like my purpose. My life was filled with a bunch of distractions like playing video games, going to parties, watching anime, whatever the case is. Those are all distractions. You know what your distractions are. But I still remember this one day. I decided to sit down and speedrun the entirety of the campaign with the DLC, which is like the extension of the game called Destiny. So if you play that game before, you kind of know how long it is. And imagine sitting in the same chair, only to get up to get some food and water or to use a bathroom or whatever, for 10 hours straight. I started at what time was it? I think I started around 9 a.m., 10 a.m. This was like 10 years ago, so I don't remember too much. Not 10 years ago, but a long time ago. I don't remember too much, but I started early in the morning and I didn't finish until it was dark outside. So just imagine how boring of a day that could have been. Yeah, I was having fun in the moment, but I just wasted an entire day of my life. That did nothing for me. So year after year, I was still living the same boring life, not making any progress to where I wanted to be. And it wasn't until just less than a year ago, that's when I decided to start improving my life. So this video, I'm going to be covering over 5 different methods to improve yourself by 1% each day. And these are the methods that all these successful men have used, and some of them still use all these methods. So the first way is to start replacing your bad habits with good habits. And the book Atomic Habits covers this a lot. You want to start kind of viewing your bad habits as, how do I put into words? As something you're disgusted by, and that is not your persona, and that's not what you want to do, that you don't enjoy it. And then you just look at these good habits as something that's a lot more fun, something a lot more enjoyable, and slowly over time you'll shift from these bad habits to these good habits. And a good way to start practicing good habits is, let me put an example of going to the gym. In order to go to the gym, you gotta first have the thought of wanting to go to the gym. So don't think about how you're gonna work out. Think about just going to put on your shoes. And think about going to sit in your car. Then think about driving to the gym. Once you're in the gym, you're already there. You're gonna work out. But see, most of the problem is not actually doing the workout. Most of the problem is just going to do the workout. So that's good ways to start doing the good habits that you want to do. And the second way that you can improve yourself every single day is to exercise your body. That goes with what I was just saying in the first way of good and bad habits. Second way is to exercise your body. It's important, even if it's just going on a walk, that you want to at least move, maybe raise your heart rate a little bit, or just build up a little bit of sweat for just 30 minutes a day. It's not that hard. You could go on a walk while listening to a podcast or music or whatever you want to do. Enjoy nature. You could crank out a couple push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, whatever. But try to just work out, and over time your body will adapt and get better. Also, along with this is you want to start eating cleaner and removing the junk food from your diet. You understand that this junk food that you're eating right now is poisoning your body. It's doing nothing but harm to your body. You might enjoy it with your mind in the moment, but then you're going to hate yourself later for enjoying it. So instead, just find the clean foods that you like. If you like chicken, if you like rice, if you like eggs, these animal foods, those are all good, that you just enjoy eating. Eat more of those and less of sugar or McDonald's processed food. You know what's bad and what's not good for you. And the third way, what you could do to increase your self 1% every day is to also exercise your mind. So we just talked about exercising your body, but you also got to exercise your mind. And that is, you could read, you could journal, you could meditate, you could even watch YouTube, but like not just like basic entertainment YouTube, but more of like Andrew Huberman or stuff you could like learn from and apply to your life. So what I like to do is I'm always reading every single day, whether it's in the morning when I first wake up to just get my mind ready for the day, or at night if I wanted to calm down a little bit and put me to sleep. But I only read like these self-improvement, self-educating books. I find no reason to read like non-fictional books, or sorry, that's not the word, fictional books with like the story. Like if you read like, I don't know, what's a good example, like The Hunger Games or something like that, it doesn't really apply any knowledge to you. So some of the books I recommend reading to start off with is, if you just want like a philosophical book, I highly recommend reading this book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and it's a really good book to understand his mind. So that's just if you want to get into philosophy. A book I'm reading right now is called The Way of a Superior Man, and if you want to be this masculine man, of this, like, you know what a masculine man and a feminine man looks like. If you want to be more of this masculine man and just understand like how to better your relationships with people around you, with your lover, with whatever, what it truly means to be a man, have your purpose, this is the greatest book of all time. So I highly recommend to read that book too. But either way, just find a book that you will also enjoy reading that's going to educate you. And then a really powerful thing you could do is also just to meditate. And you could just practice mindfulness, like breathing, focus on your breath in the meditation. Or you could also kind of just like vision your life how you want it to be. Because how you vision yourself is how you will become. I talked about this in my last video yesterday, but you just gotta have your thoughts kind of guide you. The fourth way to improve yourself every single day is just to surround yourself with people that force you to grow. I have this group of my cousins, and within this group, it's like-minded people that also want to grow themselves and their body and their wealth, every single aspect of their life. They want to grow and they want to get rid of the distractions, whatever it is. But I have this small group. It's just me and two other guys that kind of hold each other accountable. And like, whatever we do good, we tell about each other. Whatever we do bad, we tell about each other. So we know almost everything about our habits and bad habits. And then we don't like shun, I don't know what's the word, hate on everybody, but more of just encourage everyone to do better. And if you just surround yourself with people like this, then you will automatically just grow and better yourself every single day, because these people force you to grow. You have this accountability that forces you to grow. You could also do this the same way with how I'm talking to you right now on YouTube. But if you just build this audience as well, you're accountable to this audience you have built, and that will force yourself to grow along with your audience. And then the final and last, but most important part that everyone, like you see all these top 1% of men do to get here, is to just be your true self. Find what your purpose is and work towards your purpose in life. Do what makes you happy and not what makes other people happy. If you need to put in the work to be happy, then put in the work. Put your head down, avoid going out with your friends or whatever, because if that's what makes you happy, go do that. Sure, go do that. But if that's not where you want to be in 5 to 10 years, stop doing that. Work on where you want to be, what you want to become. avoid making other people happy and make yourself happy. Your life is your life, not anyone else's life. So I shaved my head to remind myself of this. I always tried to make other people around me like my presence more and more and more. But they're actually going to respect you a lot more for just being true to yourself. So that's something you got to do. And honestly, being a top 1% man looks different in everyone's eyes. So analyze what exactly does a top 1% human look like to you. It could be a man, it could be a female, whoever. But just analyze what a top 1% human can be like for you, and then just try to do everything in your possession, your power, to act like that 1% person.